No wrist, just brown eyes and yap. Today we're playing Minecraft again, and yes, I do in fact have brown eyes, you just can't see them. Alright. Same thing with my hair, like, it looks like I have black hair, but if I get really close to like a light source, I get brown hair. So, yes. There is here today, we're playing Minecraft again. I know this may appear like Ark Raiders, but it's actually Minecraft. It's okay, never make the mistake again though. Today I actually didn't really have much of a topic. It's more of a yap, as always. I always yap, but it's a bit more of a rant, if you will, about the world. Wow, the world. Can you guys imagine a world? You okay, kitty? I don't know why she does that. She throws herself at my door. Like, she gets excited and she just starts running around and then just boom, just hits my door. And then does that weird sound. I don't know if you guys heard that. Kitty, you good? Hey, kitty. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Hey. Oh, you guys can't see her. Imagine a world where for you to have a good profession, for you to be able to make ends meet, you have to learn a certain craft. Now, to learn this certain craft, you know, it costs money. It costs currency that you just don't have on hand. So then what you do is you borrow money from people. So you're able to go learn and be able to have, you know, the trade. You know what I mean? But then eventually they want that money back. But no one's gonna let you borrow money and it's just the exact amount. No. They're gonna charge you a certain amount, and the longer you take to pay them back, the more money it's gonna be. So you finally graduate. You finally leave the learning institution, and now you try to look for a job. But guess what? The job market is in fact competitive. And it's not just competitive. You see, you're going against people that have connections. You're going against people that have friends of friends in there. So while you might be more capable, you won't get the job because guess what? Somebody's friend works there already. So they obviously are going to pick their friend. So then you then have to work a different job. A job that pays less, a job that makes you more miserable, or you're just like me and villager right here and you're unemployed. We're not talking about that though. You know, you don't get the job that you want. You feel miserable. But guess what? They don't care about that. You still have to pay the money you owe. The money that you use so you can learn, so you can work somewhere. Imagine a world like that. I'm so glad that we have a world where education is free, right? And the world's not putting you in debt. I'm so glad that we live in a world where you're able to go work somewhere, be actually able to survive, and people are very rational and understand that living is not being in a shitty apartment with 3 things in your refrigerator. I'm so glad people understand that. All right, let's cut the bullshit here. Obviously, we live in that world where, you know, that's just how it is. And some people will probably defend it. You know, I like to call them institution deriders, government lovers, if you will. I feel like that has a negative connotation, though, to something else. So I'm not going to go any further than that. I'm stupid. But that is my reality. Kind of. Now, I will say this. What the hell did you drop? You okay? You okay? Oh, I see. I have a little mini fridge and I had a box up there. She dropped it. Anyways, you okay? Sorry about that. Sorry about the distractions. She's fine. She's chilling. Oh shit. All right, hold on. I had the OBS microphone turned on. Let me turn it off. So now the quality should be better in a second. There you go. I'm really sorry about that. The quality, the audio quality should be better. I would start re-recording this video, but I cannot be asked. So I'm not gonna go too much into detail because respectfully, it's not really your business, and I don't think I should put my business out there as much. But you know, there might be some young people watching this, and you know, maybe you'll have an opinion on that. One thing that I will say, and it is really my fault. I will take the blame for this. I didn't particularly look for scholarships. That's something that I should have done, and I just didn't do. That's on me. So I do understand that when I was in high school, like I was just like I didn't think about it. I don't know, unless you have like strict people around you that are like, hey, you have to do this. And again, I'm gonna blame myself though. It's still my fault. You know, I didn't really think about, you know, hey kitty, I didn't think about getting a scholarship. It's not something that really crossed my mind. I really do regret that. I really do regret not getting any help. But I feel like it shouldn't have to be that way. I mean, isn't scholarships just like tax release for the rich people? I mean, I don't really know. That's more of like an actual question, and I'm not making a statement here. I get that in this world nothing can really be free. I just find it crazy that, you know, the reason why I couldn't even go back to college is because you know, people were just like, well, you haven't paid the last year. I'm like, dude, I don't actually have $10,000 to my name. I don't have that. You know what I mean? Like, I come from a poor family, like poor neighborhood. Do you expect me to have 10,000? I don't have 10,000. And if I go, if I go for another 2 years, which I needed to do, I would be $20,000 in debt. I looked at it and I said, there's just no way. Especially I was an art major, right? There's just no way that I'm gonna find a job as an artist. Doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's finding a job. And now, and keep in mind, this is when AI was new, right? AI sucked ass. Like, AI art sucked ass. Still does, but I mean, compared to how it is now, it was horrible. And even then, people can see, you could see the bigger picture. You knew where it was going, and guess what? It's getting better. And eventually, like, sure, it's ass. You could tell it's AI, but eventually you won't be able to tell, and that's horrifying. And I'm like, okay, I know companies are gonna do, you know what I mean, do what they do and cut corners, and they do, by the way. Didn't Disney use AI allegedly? And there's no outrage because people don't make outrages anymore. People don't care. People don't give a shit. You know what I mean? And some people defend AI, which is beyond me. You know what I mean? But that's neither here or there. That's on you. The point I'm trying to make is that it's just crazy that that's the reason why I couldn't go back to college. You know what I mean? And now I have to pay the debt of something that I never even finished. I didn't get a degree. I didn't get nothing. I'm now just sitting here. Now I have to pay it off. Now, obviously, I'm unemployed final boss, but I do make money from music. Not like a crazy amount. It's not a livable wage. If I had to pay water bills, gas bills, and stuff like that, insurance, I would not be able to afford it, and I would have to get a job. But I do make enough to contribute and then pay off what I owe. So that's not where I'm not really too worried about that at the moment. But eventually that's gonna start slowing down, and I'm gonna have to start looking at jobs. And because I don't have a degree, then I'll just have to hope that I find a good place to work. You know, my dad could probably get me into his job, right? Unemployed villager, because he actually has a good position there. So I will have to learn. Well, I will have to get better at welding. I know a little bit of it. I know a little bit of MIG welding. I'm not professional yet though. So I have to do that so I can work alongside my father. What's that? What's a father? What's I trying to do again? I'm just mining trees, but I'm just trying to make the scenery look better. Oh, I didn't get any saplings. Anyways, what really caused me, I was gonna talk about something else today, but you know, something happened recently where I had, what was it? My college, they sent me a text message saying that if the debt that I had wasn't paid off in full, I won't say the amount, but it was, I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't know. I'll just say it because why? I'm not hiding anything from y'all. They said that if the full amount over I think it's over $3,500 isn't paid off, then by December, I think the 17th, then they will send my account to the Texas Comptroller Office. Again, I'm trying to be careful what I can or cannot say here. But oh, I thought I heard something. My bad. But I had, so look, it had been sent to a debt collector agency because I didn't pay that off, in time, and there was just no way I could pay it off in time. So they sent it to a collections agency, which by the way added $1,000 to it. So great, it wasn't $3,500 originally. It was way more than that. But again, I'm not like, music is okay for me, not like, again, it's not livable on my own, but I'm unemployed, but also I'm self-employed. Does that make sense? I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but essentially I've been paying, have not missed a payment, and I mean that I've not missed a payment. So I was confused as to why they sent me that. I'm like, okay, I was like, maybe perhaps someone found my name in the system, like a scammer, and then sent me that. So I called them and I was like, hey, is this a legit message, my college? And they said yes. I'm like, but I have a payment plan. I have a 24-month payment plan with the collections agency. And the only response that the lady gave me was, yeah, they're just a third party. They collect for us. I'm like, no fucking shit. I know. I almost said them. I know they're not like linked to you guys. I'm not stupid. I'm not like, that's not what I'm asking you. I'm like, why do you guys require this money now when I already have a payment plan? And they just kept saying, oh, it's because of this. I'm like, okay. Like they just repeated that pretty much, that they're just the third party. And I'm like, okay, I imagine that, like, I had a theory, and I guess I am right. That's what it is. But I'll get into that in a second. So now I called the collections agency just to make sure that maybe there wasn't anything weird going on. I checked the balance that I have left, and everything was good. And even the guy on the other line was confused. He was like, "Whoa, what the hell?" Forest fire. Even the guy on the other line was confused. Like he didn't know what was going on. I forgot about this. I didn't account for this. Oh shit. I want to start burning things down. That should be fine, right? Nothing here is gonna catch fire. Probably should have thought about that before planting it nearby. That's on me. My fault, gangster. My fault. Well, they're just here. I heard something. But yeah, so they said everything was fine, and they had never heard a case like that. So then I was even more confused as to what the hell was going on. So I then sent them an email. I think it was like 3 days ago. Was it 3 or 4 days ago? I don't remember. I think it was Sunday. I sent them the email. Was it Sunday? I don't remember, but I sent them an email, and literally right this morning they replied to me. So I'm gonna read you guys the email. Despite my ability to speak like trash, I can actually write. Who would have thought a guy that writes music can write but can't speak? Where the hell is the email? So I pretty much said, hello, I'm a former student. I received this notice. I'm not gonna read everything. And I was like, this conflicts with the 24-month payment plan I have through company, which runs through December 15, 2026. The plan is active and I have not missed any payment. Can you clarify why a full payment deadline was issued despite the existing plan, and whether you used your stated decline replaces or overrides the company agreement or debt collector agency? I will wait for your clarification before taking further action. And you wanna know what they just replied to me this morning? Like, I think like at this point 20 minutes ago. He said, "Thank you for reaching out. Although you are making payments to the agency, we have to advise you of the potential reporting to the controller office if the balance is not satisfied within 30 days. You're welcome to keep your payment plan with the agency, and once it's paid out in full, we will remove the hold." And I'm like, is it really that bad that you have to target somebody that is actually paying off their debt? Like, do you want your money that bad? And I'm still confused as to why I'm assuming that they had a time limit, right? They have a time limit, I believe probably 12 months, that they wanted it to be paid off, right? But that should not be their responsibility anymore if the agency is collecting the money through them. So I don't understand how, again, I don't completely understand if they can even do that, you know? But I cannot pay them. I cannot give them that money. So it won't be paid off, unfortunately for them. At least not by the date. It will be paid off, you know, when the agreement between me and the company is fulfilled, the agency, right? I don't know why they didn't want to give me any time, you know. It's not like, I don't know, I'm not rich. Especially that college. It's weird to me because that college promotes diversity and it promotes stuff like that. And it's like, if you promote diversity, you should be well aware that a lot of us come from poor communities, right? Like, you should be well aware of that. And I am paying it off despite how hard it is for me, because then I don't have money for myself, right? Like, I am paying it off. It's not like I'm being a bum and I'm not. I am paying it off, right? It's just like, I don't know. That really pisses me off, you know. I don't know what being sent to the controller office completely entails. I've looked it up. So I guess, I don't know. I don't really completely understand it, but I don't know. It is what it is. Just have to deal with it, and yeah, just keep paying it off until it gets paid off. But it's just crazy. If you're gonna go to college, if you're watching this and you're a younger individual, this might not make a lot of sense to you. But genuinely, you're gonna want to, if you want to go to college, make sure that you have things set up, or potentially, you know, work to pay off what you owe. Maybe save up money. You know, maybe work, you know, in your teen years, right? Or maybe you just have daddy and mommy to pay for you, but that's a whole nother situation. Nothing bad. Hey, you use the resources that you can. But yeah, also look for scholarships and stuff like that. You know, that's really important. It's really, really, really important, because then you're gonna be stuck in the same situation that I am. That's why a lot of people where I come from don't go to college, because why would you? You know, most people either work construction, like my skin color, or they work something else. You know what I mean? Because why would you go put yourself in debt? You know, people in richer areas, they're smarter. They save up. Like, oh, this money is gonna go to my kid's college. But if you're from a poor area, you don't have the luxury. I mean, you can, but yeah, I don't know. It's difficult. It is difficult. For my situation, I will kind of blame myself that I didn't look for scholarships. I was enjoying being young too much, I guess. But even then, I just kind of look at it, I'm like, should it really have to be that way, though? Should everything have to cost money? Should everything have to be an arm and a leg? Should everything have to make you depressed? You know what I mean? Why is the system designed to just keep you down? You know what I mean? Like, it just feels that way, you know? And why do people back it a lot? You know, the whole school system to me has always been weird, you know? Because I'm like, how do you evaluate me based on my performance. Like if I'm trying to have a certain type of job, how do you, especially in college, how do you value my ability to say write, a whole passage or whatever, like write a whole summary to work something that has nothing to do with that? I don't know. Like doing complex math, like statistics and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, I suck at math. I'm terrible at math. You know, I literally said that like math was gonna be the reason why I'm brought down in my GPA, and sure enough, that was the reason why it was brought down in my GPA. Like I was not doing great because of math. I was doing good in everything else. I can't do everything else. I'll be honest, guys. I suck with numbers. I'm terrible with numbers. I always tell people. I always say this, and I even say this exact same thing, that I always tell people that I suck with math, like numbers and stuff like that, like terribly, and yet people end up being surprised at how bad I am. I'm telling you right now how bad I am, and people still end up being surprised. I'm like, I told you. I don't know why you're surprised. I guess you just don't expect someone to be this bad. Look, I can count to 10, like 1, 3, 8, 6. Sorry about that. No, but genuinely, like I just suck with like quick note, like I still use my fingers, dog. I'm cooked. You know what I mean? But the point I'm trying to make is that, yeah, math definitely hurt my GPA. But I'm just like, bro, like, how are you evaluating me on that for art? I don't really like. I mean, besides measurements, but I mean, anyone can do measurements. You know what I mean? Like, they're not hard to learn measurements. Like, what any complex algebra? Yeah, whatever. Yesterday, Mimic asked me in the comments, horse, why I didn't use the horse. I don't know. It's looking good. I'm trying to like this. Yes. Could add more. To make it, so this looks man-made. I'm gonna make it less subtle. Yes. I wonder if some of these will grow though, because they're too close together, like these. I don't know if they'll grow. Hopefully they do. That's why right now I'm just kind of cutting these down, like the small ones. My goal is to get like the big trees, but I'm probably gonna be wasting a lot of time doing this. I still have to finish the little like canal area, the water thingy. I will have to do that. But yeah, chat, that was just a little rant about college and the school system. Honestly, if I'm being honest, it is what it is. I have no power to change this, though that's also not a good mentality to have. If you really feel passionate about it and you want to follow, if you want to like study politics and stuff like that to change the world, do it. You can make a change, so I shouldn't have that mentality. I'm sorry, I should not. I be feeling like that, but I should not be displaying that mentality to people, especially young individuals that have a drive to make a change, So don't listen to the ramblings of a broke man, of an unemployed individual. I'm just somebody that yaps on the internet in front of a camera. That's what I be. I don't know if things will change. I hope things change for the better. People have more access to education. I mean, people do, but it just feels like unless you shit. Are they crossing the bridge over there? Where are they going? Where are they going? I have milk. We'll have a battle on ice. Oh shit, they are going there. Holy moly. Alright guys. Avengers, assemble. Iron Golem, let's go. Getting ready. But scrap. Are we? Where are they going? I'm pretty unsure. Where are they going? Are they coming here? Yes, they are. Or perhaps they probably saw me. And it should be okay. Come here, guys. Pull up to the ice. You know, I actually wanted to finish the video. So can you like, yeah, let's build a platform right here. Fortnite. Fortnite. I can do 90s. Come on, bro. Y'all taking so long. Are they supposed to do that? Should I do this tomorrow? Alright, I'll do this tomorrow. Because I cannot be asked to do this right now. Let me just go back to land. Wait. Shh. Quiet. There's a goat speaking. That's me. While I Fortnite build back to land. Oh, they're just walking along. Okay. They're scared of me. I have that massive aura. Guys, if you're gonna go to college, make sure you have a plan. Don't do what I did and just go somewhere. You know, that's just how it is. If you have a dream, make sure to follow it. Time is moving past. That was a hard beat drop. Time is moving by. You know, it's gonna leave you behind. So do it as much as you possibly can. Consistency. So by doing it every single day, as much as you possibly can. It's okay if one day you do less. You know, some days you do less, some days you do more, but always strive to do more and believe that you can make things happen. Believe in yourself. You know, sometimes that's all you need, to believe in yourself. And it takes time. Sometimes it takes time to believe in yourself, but try it. Tell yourself every day, positive affirmations every single day, that you can make it happen. Even if people doubt you, even if somebody says you can't make it happen, say, you know what, I will. Do it to prove them wrong, and hell, even prove your doubting self wrong. You know, that you can make things happen. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day.